Hello everyone, JohnnyThunderEAS&Weather here with an update to the Day 1 severe weather outlook. Since when there have been some changes with the Day 1 outlook since I did the video early this morning, okay? So let's get right to it. First off, this marginal here remains the same. This marginal here got expanded westward into more of southern Kansas, northern Oklahoma, and the panhandle of Texas and the panhandle of Oklahoma. And so yeah. And the Storm Prediction Center has added a sixth marginal risk area for today, which covers eastern Maryland, most of Delaware, far east central Virginia, and southern New Jersey. So, and the marginal here on the Gulf Coast has not changed. And there are still two marginals here, but the Storm Prediction Center has recently added two slight risk areas for today. Alright? One slight risk encompasses parts of Iowa, and another covers northern Indiana, south central Michigan, and northwestern Ohio. Alright? So, cities in today's slides include Indianapolis, Indiana, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, South Bend, Indiana, and Kalamazoo, Michigan. And the marginals today include Chicago, Illinois, Detroit, Michigan, Jacksonville, Florida, New Orleans, Louisiana, and Tulsa, Oklahoma. Going to today's tornado threat, see if that changed. Really no major changes with the tornado threat. Alright? This 2% tornado risk down here remains the same. And there's still a 2% up here, but there's also now a 5% tornado risk area for today. And that encompasses north central Indiana and southwestern Michigan. Alright? So within these two areas, there could be tornadoes that, of EF0, maybe EF1, something like that. So yeah. So cities in the 5% tornado risk area today include Fort Wayne, Indiana, South Bend, Indiana, Kalamazoo, Michigan, Lafayette, Indiana, and Elkhart, Indiana. And the 2% tornado risk areas today include Chicago, Illinois, New Orleans, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Mobile, Alabama. Okay? So, anyway. So, going to the wind threat for today. So, the wind threat has not really changed too much. Okay? This 5% wind risk here remains the same. The 5% wind risk here remains the same. The 5% wind risk here remains largely the same. But there is a westward expansion of the 5% here. The 5% wind risk here kind of remains the same, but now there is also a sixth wind risk area here. 5% wind risk here that encompasses far east central Virginia, eastern Maryland, most of Delaware, and southern New Jersey. And the 5% wind risk here remains largely the same, alright? But as of the midday update, the SPC has added, well, not as of the midday update, but, right after I did the video this morning, they added a 15% wind risk area today, and that covers northern Indiana, northwestern Ohio, and south central Michigan. Alright, so within these areas, there could be, if you're in the 5% wind risk, we could be looking at winds about 60 to 65 miles per hour, and the 15% could see 65 to 70. Okay? Cities in the 15% wind risk area today include Indianapolis, Indiana, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Muncie, Indiana, Lafayette, Indiana, and Anderson, Indiana. And the 2% today includes, the 5%. The 5% includes Chicago, Illinois, Detroit, Michigan, Jacksonville, Florida, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Wichita, Kansas. And now for the hail threat. So, see if that changed. And really no major change with the hail risk, alright? There's still a 5% up here, which remains the same. There's still a 5% here, which got expanded westward since I last did the video. And there's still a little 5% here and 5% here, but there are also two areas now where we have 15% hail risk areas for today. Really? And there is now a fifth 5% hail risk area over here, and that covers southeastern Maryland, a little bit of Virginia, and southern half of Delaware. So 1 to 15% hail risk areas today includes, one encompasses parts of Iowa, and another covers northern Indiana and southwestern Michigan. So if you're in the, brown areas, the 5%, you could see hail of, around 1 inch in diameter, and there could be hail of 1.5 inches in diameter in the 15%. So maybe slightly higher to 1 3/4 inches. That's possible. Cities in the 15% hail risk areas today include Fort Wayne, Indiana, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, South Bend, Indiana, Kalamazoo, Michigan, and Waterloo, Iowa. And the 5% includes Chicago, Illinois, Detroit, Michigan, Indianapolis, Indiana, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Wichita, Kansas. In summary, severe thunderstorms are possible this afternoon and tonight across multiple parts of the Midwest, as well as on a more isolated basis across the Gulf Coast, Central Plains, and Northern Plains. So, that's your Day 1 Severe Weather Outlook update. Stay safe in affected areas today and tonight. Whether you're in the slight or the marginal, since you never know what marginals and slights can pull off sometimes. So, and because this threat may go into tonight, make sure you have a way to be notified for severe weather tonight, whether it be your TV, radio, or phone. And I would highly recommend sleeping in your safe spot tonight to avoid having to move during the night. And make sure that safe spot is on the lowest level of the building you're in. Alright? So, anyway, I will have my Day 2 outlook very soon, but stay safe today and tonight, and I will see you in my Day 2. Take care.